Thanks, Vic. Deuce McAllister joins me here in Charlotte. And Deuce, this hasn't been your normal season. I mean, a week ago, the Saints scored over 50 points with Breeze not throwing a touchdown pass. A week later, you find out your running back room is depleted, and you have a guy step up in Ty Montgomery and do what he did. I mean, you've been around football for a long time. You're around this team. Can you imagine preparing for a game under the circumstances they had to do it?
Well, what's interesting really is it happened so late for him. And
Yeah.
so, even for Ty Montgomery, he didn't practice at running back really all week. He finds out really a day or two before that he's going to have to play running back. And, obviously, Tony Jones, he gets promoted not knowing that he's going to have to
Yeah.
play. And so the Saints, their mantra all season has really been next man up anyway. And regardless of the situation, you have to be prepared and ready to go. And that's really what they did today. And so, I think the credit obviously goes to the individuals as far as that were able to go out there and do their job. But I think a lot of credit goes to that coaching staff as well as that offensive line and those tight ends.
Deuce, there's so many numbers, and this is nobody's fault, but this is the number that really stands out for me. The Saints win 12 games, and Austin Carr has more touchdown catches than Michael Thomas. Would you have predicted that back in August?
I would have told you to the Saints, there's no way that they're winning 12 games. And, that scenario, those individual players, Austin Carr is being reincarnated, and Michael Thomas had to have gotten hurt. And that's
Yeah.
definitely what happened. But Austin just took advantage of the situations. And, for this team to be able to go out there and still win the way that they have. And I think it's 10 quarters is all that Drew Brees and Michael Thomas got together the whole complete
It's
season,
amazing.
and you still win 12 games. Man, that is a talented bunch.
Drew took some hits in this game, but I thought the
Yeah.
positives, no interceptions, and the 2 minute drill. I know they didn't score, but he looked comfortable in that 2 minute drill before the half. It seems like Breeze is just getting more comfortable and feeling better every week. And he's showing that he can take some hits too, which is amazing considering the injury that he has.
Well, he's going to be sore tomorrow. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
They came after him. I mean, they had a couple zero blitz, and we didn't do a great job of picking him up. A couple times, somebody's going to have to take two. We just have to be able to do a better job, and you've got to hit them when they do decide to blitz you in those situations and those scenarios. We just didn't do a good job of it. And what was impressive was like you said, his distribution of the football, not having your normal guys in there. Offensive line, they did a really nice job of being able to protect for Drew. But what was impressive for me also was the tight window throws that he attempted and he was able to hit. And so you talk about the vertical throws. We've been seeing a lot more of that the last couple of weeks. And so continue to do that. You're going to be a dangerous team because you should get Mike back. You should get Deontay back. And those other guys should continue to grow.
And they beat the Bears in November, Deuce, 26-23, without Michael Thomas, without Emmanuel Sanders. Having those guys back against the Bears, I mean, how good can this offense be?
Well, I think it's a matchup. You're going to be familiar with some of that personnel, but I think at the end of the day, you have to be ready to go out and play. You don't want that game to be close. You talk about that defensive line, how they're able to be disruptive. You talk about Akeem and some of the players that they have on that defensive front. I think at the end of the day, hey, look, we have to be able to take care of the football. We have to run the football. Really won't know until we have a date of when you're playing, whether Alvin will be available. And so regardless, he won't be able to practice. You still have to be able to put a game plan together. You want to be able to go out there and take care of the football because that team can give you some problems. But at the end of the day, you are a better football team.
Not knowing about Kamara, but surviving so many scenarios. 1 week they don't have Armstead, 1 week they don't have Emmanuel Sanders because of the COVID, and then obviously you lose Michael Thomas. They've dealt with something seemingly every week. Does that make a football team stronger heading into the playoffs just because they've withstood so much?
Well, it definitely makes you stronger. I think at the end of the day, I think what it's about is you being able to go out there and execute and do some of the things that you're capable of doing. That's what it's all about. You would love to have all of your playmakers available. I mean, anytime that you have that, it makes that job a little bit easier. But we'll find out here. What really happens with some of those other guys. And like you said, you should get Mike and Deontay off of you should get them off of the injury reserve. And those are playmakers that you definitely want available as well.
All right, finally, Deuce, be honest with me. Ty Montgomery, what a gutty performance, over 100 yards on the ground, just finding out he's going to be the guy over the weekend. Did Sean Payton put a call into you saying, Deuce, I know it's been a while, but how much can you give me? It's just one game.
Yeah, Deuce could have helped in coaching. That was the only thing that I could have helped them do to be able to do. I couldn't even make it through a stretching period, Mike. So, going out there and giving them one play, no.